said,
that is mad.
No, wait a minute. I said, nah.
Yeah, there's not even intelligence with that joke. You
you
just went straight to the ABC. I'm racist right there.
I said, wait, you can't just say that. Like, are you all right, fam?
That is crazy.
Fam,
like, you got a big following as well. Man's talking like you ain't got a big following.
I was disgusted still. I can't lie. Like, I was like, that's nasty because, again, this is someone basically showing their true colours, basically. Like,
and this is on streaming. God only knows what you're saying behind closed doors.
Yeah. But when people come and say stuff like that, I don't know, I find it weird because you also get these programs like South Park and all these people that they insinuate jokes like that, similar stuff like that.
But I think it's different when... and this is where it does get a bit sidetracked because it's like Dave Chappelle was talking about the Kanye situation, but he was not getting onto Jews, but he was saying not some of the shit, but he was basically like making a joke that Jews do own everything. Like you can't say nothing about Jews, like because of this, and it's kind of like
he was putting away personal bias and just basically staying out truth. But I think masking, of course, with humor and so on and so on. So
exactly, and with Kanye didn't necessarily say that much too dissimilar to what people say in general about the Jewish community and how they've patterned, but he did it with a bit more of an aggression and a bit more of like, we need to do this and blah, blah. Like, it's a problem as opposed to when you're doing it in a comedic sense, it's like, it's funny, it's with a light-hearted joke type shit. So yeah, you're right. South Park would say some stuff that's a bit mad, but it has that funny thing where it's like, don't take it too seriously. Like, seriously. Whereas with his thing, he's running a joke, but as like a commentator. Like, imagine like, someone like Gary Neville said something like that. It's like, wait a minute. We don't expect this from you because you're not commit. Like this is not. You're not doing it with a funny intention. You're being serious right now. That's where it kind of gets a bit techie. Where it's like, if you're a comedian, it's kind of like what they used to say back in the day. It's like a comedian can say whatever the hell they want. They can be as racist as they want to everyone because you know what their premise is. Do you get me? And if you don't like it, cool. But this is what comedy's on, and this is where it needs to get to be successful. Of course, like people like Kevin Hart's changed that now, innit? Like they've kind of made mad money without being too like offensive to other people and other races. But at the same time, comedians have that right low key and probably the only type of people in the world. But yeah, but I do understand the point though. It's mad. South Park have said some ridiculous things.
You're like,
I should never have listened to.
I don't even know if I can laugh at this film.
Yeah, some mad stuff. Some mad stuff. But again, it's a show that's like, you got a choice to click on it and whatever, and they get onto everyone. Like everyone gets it. But with him, it was kind of like, that's like one of us saying something brazy right now. It's like, we can't, like, that's not your steez. But I didn't know this is what you're on. All right, cool. People judge you and, and the thing is, what he's done is, of course, offended the masses, offended the Islamic community, but also, like, I said, nah, this is brazy, because I ain't trying to fuck with niggas like this. So that's going to stop me from fucking with him and stop certain white people from fucking with him. So black community, Islamic community.
But that's why he came out and said done the apology. That's,
you have to.
Those people, fam, when you start losing like flipping sponsorship deals and all of that, that's when, like, Kanye West, he literally the same thing happened to him. When he saw that Billy status go, he said, listen, it came out the wrong way. He started, you get me, trying to apologize. I've hardly seen anyone say something really stand by it till like they're finished.
Yeah.
Because do we respect that more? I'm not saying I agree with them, but I'll be like, at least I know that's your character. But I didn't even lose more respect for you when I know that, oh yeah, you know you fucked up. And now you're saying the sorry, not out of genuine, like being genuine.
You lost money.
But it's hard.
You lost something from that.
It's hard to judge if it's genuine or if it's because it's just because, you get me, they're losing a bit.
If it was generally like a genuine reply, like an apology.
How do you judge something's genuine?
Well, because Nick said it just there and then, innit? Like, he saw that, rah, okay. We're not gonna... Man waited, and I'm pretty sure you said you waited a bit.
It was a day or two. It was a day or two. But this is the thing. One of the main reasons why I was so baffled is because, and especially after the apology, it's laughable to me that he even apologized, is because this is like, I know, man produces a pod, so I get how it works. You record it. We know what's been said in the last couple of minutes. We know whether that was cool or not. We can bleep whatever that needs to be taken out. Do you get
live
me?
stream was different.
No, I know. It was a live stream.
It was a live stream.
But the thing is, it's put out, and they didn't think, okay, that was mad. Do you get? Wait. Like producers in the background.
I'm not
gonna be like,
shit, like, Like you have to.
You get me? Like pattern. Like
we caught you.
There's a group of, you know what I'm saying? You know, how it is. There's a team behind the cam.
But then it
Like,
shows
man,
you they all think the same thing. You get me?
That's when I was kind of like, nah. So you're trying to tell me, you get me, that you literally allowed this to just come out, all of you in that same room, and didn't think that there was nothing wrong with this? Nah, that's crazy.
And you know, usually when there's like an offensive kind of material with the live stream, they usually be like, it'll probably be available for like maybe an hour or two. Afterwards, it's cut out. It's done. You won't be able to find it.
Would you rather that didn't happen, or you're happy that it did happen and now you
it's one of them ones.
you kind of like expose yourself.
Yeah,
you get
man.
me?
Yeah.
Because it's like, for example,
because you never want to judge a book by its cover, but when now the book has been opened,
the proof is in the pudding.
Like,
You get me? And I think some mistakes here are like unforgivable. Like it's one of the, like, you know, for example, like if you done something, you know, some things you done something wrong, you just know, listen, bro, whatever the consequences, I'm gonna take it because you get me, I was wilding.
Yeah.
Like I think there's certain things that you just need to know is you can't come back from. And it's fine to like not come back from it because you get me, it draws that line, it creates like the deterrence. But the thing about deterrence is it doesn't change you, or it doesn't change people, it prevents people. So there's still going to be hundreds of thousands of millions of people that think and, you know, agree with what he says, but they're just not going to do it because of the consequences. And then you'll think, so for me, I'm like, yeah, he said it, that's just one of them out of like how many of them that are still like, still going to keep doing the same thing, but they're just not going to, might not do it in public. So for example, I don't know if you know about the Nkunku, the French baller.
Yeah.
He got injured in training, French training, and then now he's not going to play in the World Cup. Kamavinga tackled him in it in training, injured him, got a mad injury. And then all of a sudden, everyone started just being racist, sending that Kamavinga guy bare racist like messages and that.
Yeah.
But he's the same person who potentially, if he wins the World Cup for you, man, same people going to be. So I look at it as like it's hard to blame someone for being racist because that's what they know. That's to them, there's nothing wrong with it. You get it. Even if for example, you come and say, oh no, you're wrong, they might take the punishment, but like that true, what's it called?
Sense of guilt?
No, like what happens, the whole aim to like go prison, like of prisons, to, what's the word?
Well, I was going to say reconstruct.
No.
Reconstruct.
I know what you're trying to say.
Reconciliate or something like that.
No, not reconciliate. Shit.
Yeah, that word, fam.
I know what you're talking about.
That one,
Say
that again. Say that again.
Rihanna?
No, Rehabilitate.
Rehabilitation.
Like,
God damn it. Everybody.
You're not. It's not real rehabilitation.
This happens when you record it. You have people to hold you accountable.
You get me? Where was them people?
Yeah, you get me? But like that thing,
that.
like rehabilitation. Like, there's no. You have to say it properly.
He said that thing, but then he went back to the word. I heard that.
What? Yeah,
because for me, if I don't know the word, I'll say it private.
But like, it's hard, fam. Like that's why there's like therapy. I think they need therapy, bro. I won't even lie to you.
Or racists.
Racists need therapy.
They do. They need to rejig what's going on in there.
Because
they ain't okay.
They cannot do it and still be like, you cannot be racist and still be racist. Do you know what I mean?
When you say
like inside you're racist, but you're just not showing people that you're racist. Do you get it?
Is that the therapy that you think they need? Like, so they don't show it?
No, so it cures them.
So so it just takes it out of them.
Yeah, bro. I do feel like, it's sick that you brought this up here because I feel like there's racist, but I also feel like there's someone who's racist. I'm like, no, I'm holding this with my chest. I feel like there's people who's racist who's just lost in terms of they actually are good people, but their views and how they see things.
No. Listen,
wait,
you know you can be a good person and be evil at the same time. It doesn't matter. Life is not linear. It's not just one straight line, bruv. Like there's multiple layers of things.
You can be a good person, be evil, like an anti-hero. Or like,
no, I'm taking it. I know we just want Black Panther. You get me?
No, I'm not even trying to take it there. But
like to an extent, yeah. Do you get me? Because like you're one person, you're made up of so many different like morals. Do you get it?
Yeah.
And that becomes your perspective. So for example, you might be a vegan. You think, bruv, animals deserve, you get me, rights, all of that. Don't cut their animals. but you could be a sex offender as well.
Okay, that's a bad
No,
example. I hear
that's
it,
a
though, and I
great
hear it.
example.
You get me?
And I do hear
So
it.
I'm like, I don't think you're
That's like, I
lost.
care about health on the earth.
I mean, listen,
But I'm still out here just
But
trying to.
you get
I'm
me?
getting how I can. You get me?
You think that's gonna get you into? You think that's gonna get you into thingy?
Yeah, I hear you. I do
Yeah,
hear you.
no,
It's
I hear
like,
you.
I'm still going to hell, but I care about the environment at the same time.
Like, yeah, I'm like, bro, no, you just you need to go through therapy to cure
but
your
you know
thing.
what? Oh, bro,
Your thing is an illness. You get me?
Before we get into this, first thing first, as we always do, subscribe,
Facts.
like,
Facts.
comment,
Share.
and be sharing.
Share.
All right,
Follow.
Everybody,
be doing that. I'll give you 5 seconds, like we always do.
hold that.
In fact, you lot, actually no, you lot done good this week. We got a couple good.
Yeah,
I was gonna say 10 seconds, but they've been listening. So
Yeah, hey, get us the 300. Get us the 300.
get us to 300, man.
subscribers.
Love salsa, everybody.
Yeah, tighten up.
All right.
10 away.
Should we do the intro actually before we get
Let's
into
do
it?
that, man.
Yeah,
Listen,
before we
man.
get to some
Episode 116, crazy.
I feel like
Jeez.
I feel like I need the color pattern over here. Did
Yeah, I
you
don't even know what's
purposely
gonna
do that?
happen. What is this?
Did you
What-
purposely do
Hey,
that?
what colour you call this? Salmon.
Yeah, salmon still.
Salmon, innit? Yeah, I'll call it
It
salmon.
says salmon.
I was gonna wait till Kofi would say that.
What
What color would you call that, fam?
Oh,
I was gonna say mauve.
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 ain't Marv like a purple thing?
Nah.
Mauve.
Mauve.
No, yeah. Because didn't Jay-Z wear a
I
Marv?
only know because of Jay.
Jay-Z wear one. He had a Marv.
I'm not some guy that's gonna give you some perception that
But was
I
it
know
a
my
video?
colors.
Was it a video? Someone asked him. He was
It's like
"This is
pink.
Marv."
It's mauve.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
Beyonce looked at him like,
yeah.
Beyonce's like, nigga, come on, stop this.
Yeah. Marv.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing that shit, fam.
It's not pink, it's mauve.
Marv. No,
Open your third eye, son.
Open your third eye, crazy.
Hey, you see that? Remember that Jay-Z clip? Yeah, with, you know that guy, that white guy, fam. And he interviewed J. Cole recently.
Nardwa.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy was like,
He's like,
so guys, so
yeah.
Do.
This was back in the day, yeah. It was like at one festival. He was
the one back in
and he's got a chain on.
like, who are you? You know, I'm just a kid from Marcy Project.
He gave him the whole background. And he was like, and he said, oh, I didn't even know that's what you read.
Yeah.
That was funny.
You're Jay-Z. Oh, my name. Oh, yeah, I'm Jay-Z, but my name is Jay-Z.
Man really gave it the whole background check. Like, yeah, I'm just a kid from Marcy Projects, you know. Brooklyn, stand up.
Brooklyn stand up.
Hey, that's funny.
Fuck me.
So my mom was single mom, parent home. So, brother.
So, Sean Carter.
Listen, man. You're listening to episode 116
Come on.
of the Alpha Tales podcast.
Big up.
You already know who it is. You already know what it is. It's your
Come on.
boy, the one and only J-O-O straightening.
Straightening.
Starting on the Wednesday and then on the Thursday.
Facts.
As we do.
Always, I'm most definitely gonna leave here with something. Nah,
Man, and it's your boy Nicholas D. Harvey, aka Mr. Straight No Chase. So don't put no chase on them. Drink, please. Don't worry about me, man. Worry about your blood clot credit score, worry about your social credit score, your financial credit score, and your personal credit scores. Please do it. And for the rest of the year. The game's in trouble.
Okay.
Started off smooth, now they're paying me double.
And it's your boy Kofi Jordan, aka Uncle Kof.
Facts.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm still out here with the grey. But don't worry about that. The uncle still rock a little pink every now and then. Or as we say to the youngins, mauve. But at the end of the day, I'm still always going to be Mr. Great Area himself.
Fact.
I'm always old enough to, yo mama, still old enough to, yo auntie. Everybody.
You know what's so mad, yeah? When we do our live show, people gonna be pissed off of Kofi. We'll say our intro, people will be like, say it along with us.
Yeah, say it with us, isn't
What's he
it?
going to say?
People like, this is your favorite Kofi Dojo, uncle.
They're gonna try and catch it.
Oh, that's your mama.
Yeah.
That's like, what you gonna say, man?
Yeah, they was waiting for it. That's the punchline.
I thought we might give him dragging. I might get to like 50 seconds without saying, Mr. Ed Gray was like, finally, God damn.
Trust me.
This nigga's annoying.
What I've realised quickly before we go to the topics,
Yeah.
two things. Number one, incredible how we was doing the takeoff conversation. Straightening came from the Migos.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Straightening.
Oh, the word straightening.
Yeah.
you did.
So that's what, remember, it was like, when we do your intro, I was like,
Straightening.
yo, that's crazy.
Oh, Mr. Straighten.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah, the
what?
straightening did come from Migos.
Straightening, bro. Came from Migos.
Ain't
Yeah, I
that
know
what
the
some
word
straightening?
straightening. Yeah. But what do you straightening for?
No,
For your intro, bro.
No, what I'm
My
saying.
intro.
Yeah.
Mr. Straight No Tracer.
No, that's my shit. Hold on. That's my shit.
Wait. No, I'm confused. Have I got angry?
Word
No,
for
that's
word,
mine.
word for word, nigga.
But
That's
no,
my
that's
shit.
mine. Don't do that. No,
Dre?
what is it? What's it called? I'm Mr.
No,
Double.
say your intro. Wait a minute. Why are we freezing? Say your
Why we
intro.
freezing, bro?
I forgot that.
I only know it at the time. You get me?
Like, you don't know what's...
It's like a superpower, but I have to concentrate, cuz.
It's your boy Double.
J00 straightening.
Yeah.
And then I was like, because obviously when I'm editing the episode, I was like, oh, because it's basically how big the Migos influence is.
it's mad.
I've gone, wait, that came from them,
Hey,
man.
man, shout out to Migos, man.
Shout out to Migos, man. Hey, big
Give
up,
them the
man.
flowers, bro.
Because you're basically within our like
culture.
Yeah,
It's literally
no,
culture,
that's
man.
mad still.
Threaded
Like,
into our podcast.
yeah,
bro.
that's
literally
crazy still. But the second thing is that I deeped it in it, and this kind of goes back to like birthday thing. I'll just touch on it quickly before we go to the topics. But I don't like to chase people. You get me? But then I thought to myself, Mr. Straight No Chaser. I don't chase my drinks.
Hey, man, it's
and I
deep
don't
in
chase
it.
people. I
Hey.
said, yo,
Hey, what-
I'm actually Mr. Straight No Chaser.
Hey, listen, this new flavor of Monster that you're on.
Hey, no. Try some new
You-
shit today. That's
Wired you up,
bro. I don't like chasing people. It's not my
Mr.
steez.
Straight
But I don't.
No
I'm not a chaser. And I don't like chasing my drinks. And I don't like chasing my people. Them.
You get me?
I was like, no. Then at first I thought, no, I don't like chasing bitches. But I'm like, okay, no, I left that life now. You get me? I don't chase women no more. You get me? But yeah, I just had to share that with the people. Them
Straight no
still.
chaser, yeah.
I,
Hey,
I
that's
don't-
mad
I'm not
still.
a chaser still.
I hear that.
That's on my take.
Trust.
Getting onto this thing now, yeah. So I've been watching this
it
series.
up?
Huh?
I thought you were going to start talking about Ronaldo.
No. We're gonna get onto that.
Oh, yeah,
after
we're
it's
gonna
done.
get onto
100.
that.
But it's just going on
I'll
to
sit
the.
on that.
100. We're getting.
We got to keep the females listening for a little bit. As soon as I talk about Ronaldo,
I'll wait till Thursday for the news.
Nah, the bitches fuck with Ronaldo too.
No, they do.
I meant the ladies.
I mean, the women.
Hey, before you said, hey, wait. I actually agreed with him. I was like, these bitches to be fucking with. I said, wait, whoa.
What I meant to say was.
No, they do.
I said, yo.
Ah, sorry, man. I've been listening to
I had to
Nipsey,
hold
man.
myself.
Yeah, no, I need to get out of my vocabulary, cuz.
For I fully know that. I said, no. I fully know that. I said, yeah, now these bitches do love him so. I fully agreed. But I had to hold myself back.
What's that saying? Bitches be wildin'.
Jeez, yeah, the bitches love to see ourselves too.
Nah, the ladies they like him. That's like the one footballer that everyone knows. Right?
Yeah.
Get me?
If you could ball, but obviously you got the little good look thing on the side as well.
It helps.
People, yeah, it helps. You know. But going with the racist thing now, innit? We was talking about how like obviously, yeah, again, racist people need a little therapy and whatnot.
Yeah,
innit?
they need help.
So I'm watching this new ITV thing, innit? Basically, yeah, it's mad though. It's like a 5-part drama series, innit? So it's not like a full-on series. It's just like a 5-part thing, but it's real. It's based on like real events. So this happened back in 2015. There was a far left movement called National Action. So obviously, you know, they're anti-Jews, anti-blacks, basically anti-everything.
Sure, they're far left, not
Say
far right.
Far right.
Far right still.
Far left is a
Far left, they're trying to not.
Yeah, they having nothing.
They say don't even cut your grass in your garden, bro.
Yeah.
okay.
Let that shit grow.
Yeah, far right. Actually, no, it sounds better.
Yeah,
Actually, it's
far
far
right,
right.
far
Yeah.
right,
So they're far right movement. Yeah. So National Action. This happened in 2015 anyway, innit? True story, obviously, but they're taking parts of it and obviously doing interviews and all that. So the series is sick, but like what it is that basically they've got the whole thing. They're anti-Jews, basically anti-immigration, everything, innit? So now this is one main character now who's joined them, innit? Now he's joined them at a point where he's just somebody who you can tell he's not.
Really
it's not
bad.
like he has really bad intentions in his heart. He has views. Don't get me wrong. He has views on immigration, and he has views on like obviously this country is being taken over by a lot of immigrants and so and so. But when you see and how he moves, he's someone who doesn't have friends. So when he's joined them, he's kind of joined them on acceptance, and he's coming like he's not someone who has a stable job and whatnot. And it's just mad though, because it goes into the personal things, innit? But long story short, anyway, there's a journalist in it. This journalist is the person who obviously does the reports on like all these far right movements and da-da-da-da. And he, the head journalist, he used to actually be someone that was a part of the far right movement. But this was like 20 years ago. That's his past life, innit? He's changed in that. But now he obviously sets his whole life on educating people about these lot and obviously just their thoughts and opinions on what will go through someone's head, innit? So I'm watching it now, yeah. And my man that's in the new movement, the new one, innit? National Action, he obviously feels a type of way about one of the things that one of the guys is doing, the leaders, innit? So he's basically come to the journalist like in confidence, like, yo, I know about you. You used to do this 20 years ago. Look, I'm just saying, yeah. It's not like I don't fuck with these man. I still share my views about blacks and Jews and all of this, yeah. But see my man here, the main guy here, he's doing a madness right now, innit? Yeah. So he's basically trying to stitch him up, innit? But without him, his identity being shown. Long story short, and the journalist is like, all right, cool, we hear you, we're gonna help you out, but the feds are getting involved. So now they're making it a whole long thing. Like, listen, if he's gonna be giving himself, he needs to go court. He needs to testify against these man. Yeah. But he's like, no, I'm not trying to do that. Like, they're my friends. He's trying to tell him, the journalist now, was like, bro, they're not your friends. They're just a group of people that you feel like you can confine in them. Yes, you lot share the same opinions, but trust me, compared to them, compared to you, you might see them as a friend. So once they find out you're the snake, they're gonna kill you, bro. And he's like, but I'm not trying to snake that. Like, it's like, because he says I still feel the same way about Jews and blacks and all of that, innit? But he's just kind of coming across in a way where it's like, I just don't like what he's on, because it came up.
Yeah, he's evil and
he's in it, yeah. But his intention is like, he doesn't really see the bad behind what he says. Like, I remember there was a scene where he was watching somebody who's like obviously gay, in it, and he was like, oh, like this guy, he's bent, like so and so. Because obviously he's staying now with the journalist's family, because the journalist got, so you got family, you got kids and that. He needs to stay in hiding, innit? So my man that's now in the group, who's now obviously undercover now at this point, he has to find somewhere safe to live. So he's staying with the kids and that, and he was watching the show, and it was like, oh, like, obviously they like him, you know, they've grown to know him. He was like, oh, you want to play the game and whatnot? He's like, yeah, give me a second, I'm just watching this. It's like, he's so bent though, innit? Like, he was just basically talking about my man being homophobic, innit? The mum's come up to him like, can I have a word with you? Just one example anyway. She's just basically saying, we don't say that shit around the kids and that. And it's like, but like, why not? It's like, why don't, like, we don't do that. He goes, but what's the problem though? It's like, why don't you like gays? It's like, because they're just odd though, innit? She's basically just questioning, like, listen, your thought process, whatever you think, that's just obviously, of course, it's your opinion. But end of the day, your hate is not. Where's your hate coming from? It's just coming from lack of knowledge. You're not really, like, end of the day, if anything, you're just more upset with the fact that stuff that you don't know about. Because he's basically saying that all these things that he thinks is logic, like how every immigrant is able to kill an ex-army vet. Because I remember there was a guy called Lee Rigby. He got killed by
Woolwich. Was it the Woolwich one?
Yeah. Woolwich,
so obviously he's like, oh, so what? You feel like what? So I should just be done up by like a couple the immigrants, and they can do me the same way they did Lee Rigby. And then the journalist was like, bro, is that how you really think? You think every immigrant in this country is going to be doing the same thing? And he's like, yeah, but like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, bro, stop being thick. You don't share the same way. You're just lost. You need to start seeing outside the box. So they made me start thinking like, raw. Yes, you are going to have people still share different views and opinions, but are they so far gone? Because his people in the National Action, when he first joined them, that man mean that shit. No matter what, you can't convince them. Whereas you get racists who are just people who obviously have different views or opinions, but it's like, brother, you're just not educated enough. You just actually need to see outside of your world. You're not really a bad person. You just read it. Like,
it goes past education, man.
You think?
Yeah, because if you think about, I don't know about like you man in primary school, but you know, like in my primary school, we had a couple of people who were like, not people, but like couples, one or two students who were like so timid. It was almost like they'll do whatever they get told to do because they haven't really found themselves yet. Do you get? So then they always got classes like, oh, the weird people. Like, you get me? Like, it's mad, fam. Like, there was one guy here, like, who'd be playing and then say like he does something to annoy me. Oh, allow it, man. Just go away. Then you actually like walk off. I'm like, bro, I didn't mean good. Like, just leave me alone. That's what I meant. Yeah. But like, who just do whatever you say, especially if he feels like you're more dominant than him. Do you get? So there's those people who like, they're sort of just the follow the leader type of people, but it's so severe that like they don't know it. But it's not severe to the point it's classed as like a mental disorder. Yeah, do you get it? So like, people can easily be taken advantage of just because of their lack of I don't know if there's a specific word for it, but you know what I mean. Like there's certain, even
self-awareness.
It's like even certain adults where like sometimes they have like carers just because they're not like fully developed mentally to to do everything by themselves.
Be independent.
Yeah, to be fully independent. So sometimes people like that fall into the trap or fall into the wrong crowds. Even something like roadmen and stuff like that. Like really truly,
same way. Yeah, you're not really a roadman.
You're not really a roadman, but like they're the people that's accepted you, and at the end of the day, you're gonna do whatever you get told.
100%.
You get it? Like those certain men like, yeah, he's moist, but he ended up chilling with a roadman. They told him to do something dumb. And he's ended up, you get me, catching a case. But back in school, he was moist, bruv.
Yeah, that's it's like the combination of education and like self-development.
Yeah, like education is there to an extent, but I think it's gone past it. You need...
It's like self-development.
Yeah, there's like a void that needs filling, and I think you only get that through therapy to really develop like who you are, you get me? And at the end of the day, like for example, we could look at a sex offender, and then or not even just anyone who's committed like any sort of crime. Yeah, you look at them, then you trace it back. Them and there, they have time. Like people give them time a day. Like mostly, like depending on what crime you commit and who you commit it to, you're gonna get the time of day. Like raw, like listen, you commit this crime, you're gonna serve your punishment. But what's really, you get me? What really led you to this point in your life? They're gonna do their history. They're gonna do their sessions. They'll place it on a mental disorder or mental health issue. You get me? Or he's a schizophrenic, he's this, he's a that. That's why it's caused them to act in this sort of way. And then there's a lot of cases where people end up going to prison, and then that's where they find out, because you're in prison, you're under so much scrutiny and so much like your 23 hours you're spent being watched. If it's not by the officers, it's by your other prison cell members. Then you get 1 hour where you can like sort of be free. Prison alone is gonna mess you up already, but that's where a lot of people recognize like, rah, this something not right about this one. Because now you're away from the noise of the rest of the world. People can really see, yeah, this not quite right. He needs help. Yeah, let's get him some help. So you're in prison, you're still saving your time, but you do your therapy sessions as well. You get me? Why is racism not one of those things where you recognize, rah, like, because we all know it's wrong. Yeah. And it's one of them, it's not just a common crime, it's a hate crime where you're like, bruv, like, it's not normal to think like this. Yeah. Of course, we have like, every human have like unconscious bias where you naturally will have an opinion of someone without actually it being proven. So for example, the conscious bias example is like, okay, cool, we're in a football team. I'm just assuming the black players are either fast or strong. One of them. Yeah. But one of them could be mad techie and slow. But until that's proven, that's like one of them, nearly like a harmful unconscious bias. But then the harmful ones is like the racist ones where you actually want to do someone else harm because of a view that you have. But this view is like, is internal, or is something that is coming from a certain teaching that's mad. Yeah, and you're saying that itself is like, I don't know, it's hard to call it a mental illness because I don't think mental illnesses can spread. I'm not sure if you can spread a mental illness. Like, for example, if one person in your group was a schizophrenic, it's not contagious, is it? It's not like that. But I think it's like something that still needs therapy. For me personally, I think racism something needs therapy. Because, as I said, you can stop someone from being racist, but how they really change themselves.